New York Magazine wrote, "He looks like somebody's uncle and plays guitar like nobody's business." He had every aspect of music: melody, harmony, rhythm, and technique. He picked out my guitar when I was 7. Who was Joe Pass? Here on Big on Bebop. He was born Joseph Anthony Jacoby Pasalacqua, January 13th, 1929, in New Brunswick, New Jersey. His father was a steel mill worker who was born in Sicily. The family later moved to Johnstown, Pennsylvania. Pass became interested in the guitar after he saw Gene Autry in a Western film. He got his first guitar when he was 9, taking guitar lessons every Sunday with a local teacher for 6 to 8 months, and was forced to practice many hours a day by his father. He found work as a performer as early as age 14. He played with bands led by Tony Pastor and Charlie Barnett, honing his guitar skills while learning the ropes in the music industry. He began traveling with small jazz groups and moved from Pennsylvania to New York City. Within a few years, Pass had developed an addiction to heroin and spent much of the 1950s in and out of prison for drug-related convictions. He moved to New Orleans for a year and played bebop at strip clubs. His career was seriously held up by his problems with narcotics, which ended when he entered the Synanon Foundation in Santa Monica in 1961. He recovered after 2.5 years stay in the Synanon Rehabilitation Program. His playing on the 1961 recording at that institution, Sounds of Synanon, brought him to the attention of the jazz public. He worked with many West Coast groups starting in 1962: Bud Shank, Gerald Wilson, Bobby Troop, Claire Fisher, Bill Perkins, Earl Bostic, and Les McCann. He won the Downbeat New Star Award in 1963, toured with George Shearing in 1965 to 67, while doing frequent studio work in Los Angeles. He played duets with Herb Ellis at Dante's in Los Angeles in 1972 to 74. In 1973, Pass signed with Norman Grantz's label Pablo Records and recorded extensively. He recorded one of his most notable works, a solo album, Virtuoso, in 1974. Also in 74, Pablo released the album The Trio with Joe Pass, Oscar Peterson, Niels Henning, Orsted Pedersen, which won a Grammy Award for Best Jazz Performance by a Group. As part of the Pablo roster, Pass recorded with Benny Carter, Milt Jackson, Herb Ellis, Zoot Sims, Duke Ellington, Dizzy Gillespie, Ella Fitzgerald, and Count Basie. Pass and Ella Fitzgerald recorded 6 albums together on Pablo toward the end of Fitzgerald's career. He toured Australia with Benny Goodman in 1973, Ronnie Scott's Club in London in 1974. He toured frequently overseas, establishing a home in Hamburg, Germany. Pass performed for the final time on May 7, 1994. He died of liver cancer on May 23, 1994. Joe Pass was regarded by fellow musicians as an incomparable soloist, a virtuoso, so totally in command of the instrument that he was sometimes called the Art Tatum of the guitar. He was capable of swinging fiercely at fast tempos and exceptional harmonic imagination on ballads. Joe Pass, a tremendous bebop guitar player.